In the heart of Brooklyn, chaos erupted at a historic synagogue. A group of rebellious Orthodox men clashed with authorities and construction crews, sparking one of the wildest scenes you've seen on the internet in a long time. They were trying to prevent the closure of a secret tunnel they allegedly dug, connecting to a closed woman's bath. It's every 13-year-old boy's dream. The frenzied men, mostly in their teens and early 20s, tore down structures at the Chabad-Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights. Cops struggled to contain dozens of Hasidic Jewish men who pushed into the enclosure beneath the women's section, venting their absolute fury. L'chaim! Rabbi Yosef Braun condemned the incident, expressing disbelief at the readiness of these individuals to deface sacred spaces, to link to an abandoned woman's mikvah, a bath, and expand the synagogue. Neighbors discovered the tunnel last month, prompting the synagogue leadership to bring in engineers. When crews arrived to fill the tunnel, the situation escalated into an absolute riot. The men resorting to breaking brick walls with hammers, and some even infiltrated the tunnel while others filmed the tumultuous events that unfolded. After hours of chaos, officers removed several men from their tunnels in handcuffs. Around a dozen were taken into custody, facing charges for their actions, although no injuries were reported. The synagogue's leaders, Rabbi Braun and Rabbi Krinsky, were appalled by the defacement of their sacred space. The brawl occurred amidst ongoing property ownership disputes, adding to the tension. Despite legal efforts to gain control of the premises, Rabbi Sankelson denounced the brawling individuals as extremist, acknowledging the distress to cause Lubavitch movement and the global Jewish community. The aftermath led to a temporary closure of the building for safety checks. However, the leaders expressed hope for a swift restoration of sanctity and thanked the NYPD for their assistance in uprooting every 13-year-old boy's dream to finally build a tunnel to the woman's bathroom. You and I have always wondered what goes on in the female bathrooms. Dear God, there has to be some secrets we don't know about, and we need to get down to the bottom of. It's not a joke. This is a real thing. Okay, sorry. I just rewrote a piece at the beginning. What the heck is going on in Brooklyn? What is going on? The Jews are building tunnels. All I could think about was the whole time last night was South Park. Where's the gold cow? The Eric Cartman is just digging tunnels trying to find Kyle's gold. This is literally the most interesting story that happened yesterday and late last night, and it should be on every page everywhere because, dear God, what is going on? What is happening? We don't really know. Apparently, they were trying to build the tunnels to get to the women's bathhouses. Then I've heard stuff of like they built these tunnels because of COVID. And then I've heard these stuff where it's like they built it because they're trying to expand the synagogue. And then I've also heard it where like most of these men that were building these tunnels were actually from Israel. And so like, what does that even mean? I don't know. Something's going on. When I lived in Chicago, the Hasidic community was always like a very interesting community in my head. I've always wondered, what are they doing? What is going on? Because they always felt like such a tight-knit community, and they felt like other than in the city. They felt like they would separate themselves. It was kind of like, Koreantown or like Chinatown, and there was like Mexican Village, and there was Little Italy. Like there was just all these little sectors where, all the races could be to themselves, but the Jewish community was always secret because they had that look. what community they're part of from a mile away. And I never really talked to any of them because they always were really quiet and put their head down and walked fairly fast. But, shout out to the tunnels. Here we thought, it's good to see that the Jewish mob is still in business, but this time they're digging tunnels to women's bathhouses. Have a wonderful day. Let's not forget that word of the day. It's important to remember the word yes. Let's hear it together. Cool. It's not working. You know what? Based on this word, I just want you to know it's going to happen. Don't be so omnibus. Have a wonderful day.